Hi, Sharon Raji Maynard here. As you know, there is a growing world of podcasting. There are podcasting on an increasing variety of subjects and ideas, each with unique value. When I joined the podcasting community a little under a year ago, I decided to do what I usually do in my life, begin where I am with what I have, and let the growth happen organically. That continues to be my mantra, a little like the Nike branding of just do it. I continue to use a corner of my art studio / office as my podcasting booth, and I am the one and only employee. I haven't decided to add music or look for advertisers. There is still much I want to share from years of working with information in unseen through the methods known to mystics. And I absolutely trust what has been hidden will inspire and transform you and the world in which we find ourselves. I would appreciate a rating from you or comments or questions. That all helps because it's part of the organic growth for podcasts. We are really in this together. So thanks for being there. In our world, we are being presented with many problems. Albert Einstein gave great advice in this matter when he said, "Problems cannot be solved at the level of knowledge or awareness that created them. We have to get outside our boxes." And a mystic sees beyond the box to what has been hidden or forgotten. It was curiosity that took me on a radical search for answers. And those answers came from ancient ones in spiritual worlds. Their knowledge is the foundation of this podcast, A Mystic's View. Come as you are. See situations through my eyes. Realize that diversity is a natural human condition and inspires and expands our capacities. Curiosity can take us to answers. So thanks for coming along. Episode number 12, The Female Mission Today. In the wake of the events in our country, I'm taking a day off from writing and editing my next book. I just couldn't contain myself. I had 3 clients this morning that really touched me, all of them female. One was facing eye surgery, one experiencing great difficulty in breathing, and one dealing with heart failure. 3 women, vision, heart, breath. Working with them caused me to see the actions of women in our country more sharply. You know, the past sets the patterns that become the present. But what we often forget is that the present can free the past. But those who have experience with energy healings, spiritual transformation, know that when someone in our lineage has experienced trauma, they have made decisions that created energy knots or seeds, and patterns emerge. Those pattern vibrations have rippled down the timeline to impact their descendants' life, us. So a lot of what is happening in our current day had its beginning generations and generations ago. Such was the case with my clients. So I share a version of their sessions, bringing the 3 melting together to create this storyline. You can make it your session and ask for the same healings that they were given. So be with them as if it is you. I began with a reality statement or shift for my clients so that we claim the new. Then we can look within their energy field and say, what in the energy field will prevent it? So this is basically the statement I held for each of them. I am living a long, vibrant life with clear vision, strong spiritual guidance, heart strength, and deep breathing from the divine. Having set that in place and anchored it, I go into meditation, and I asked to be taken back in time and shown What seed experience would change what was currently being manifested? Where could I most powerfully make change? I was taken to a scene filled with fear. A 5-year-old girl, dirty, scared, hiding within a formation of rocks. She is burrowing into a corner, her nose pressed into the soft dirt, her breathing almost stopped. As I talk with her quietly, she speaks of the fight her parents put up against invading men. She quietly sobs and says, "They are killed, and I ran." Her entire village is decimated, and men are looking for her. She does not want to see the horror. She would rather stop breathing than be found by these men. Her heart is breaking. Giving this aspect of my client, which is we call a soul frozen in time, I give that client space to be heard. That little 5-year-old, I listen. I watch her breath diminish. And if possible, she would become the dust. Eventually, I'm able to assure her that I will keep her safe and that I have her spiritual healers around. And I ask them to come in close until she can feel them holding her. And then I freeze frame the experience. I ask to be taken back to a time before the invaders. Within the village, the children are laughing, running, playing, and the sense of safety permeates everyone. The adults are working together, smiling at the children. Love is everywhere. The 5-year-old smiles at me and then runs in circles. So this is where we will make changes. I call the young girl to me and ask her to take me to find her mother and father. Then I explain to the adults that I am coming from the future. The women of this village will need a power that has been taken from them. Now, they cannot perceive of needing more than they have, but they listen respectfully. I ask the mother to call a gathering of the women, during which the men and the children are free to watch. But this is a meeting of women, of the females. The village gathers with the females in the center, and the men respectfully listening on the outer edge, and children playing safely nearby. Sense that. Imagine that you are there with me, with other women coming from the future. Gathered with us is a vast number of spiritual women holding space and knowledge. Beyond them are legions of spiritual beings committed to keeping this space sovereign, committed to good. So I speak to the group. Greetings, my sisters. I come from the future, from your descendants' time, and I come to restore a divine gift that was taken from you. Now, this is a gift you will need in order to maintain your amazing culture, your families, and even your life. As you look around, you may not see how what I am saying is of value to you. I ask you to trust me and these sisters who have gathered around you. We are here to tell you that there are forces on this planet who would capture, use, and even destroy you and those you love. We have seen it, and we want to prevent that for you. Are you willing to listen and to consider? As the sounds of yes, of course, yes, floats from the group, I continue. We recognize that your intentions have been to live peacefully and respectfully within your villages, within your families. We see the results and the joy that has emerged. Those of whom we speak have different agendas. It is not to create joy. It is to dominate and to use. Their nature is parasitic, and that nature can do nothing but destroy. We are here to restore the mission of those in female bodies. That includes the sensitivity to feel their approach, as well as the authority to demand their removal. So please close your eyes. Go inward, and you will see legions of spiritual beings who are ready to answer those requests. Those legions, called PTO teams, have the ability to identify the outsider energy, surround, contain, and then neutralize and remove it back to its home of origin. There are legions of such power in the unseen to assist in this mission. You see, you are not alone as you stand in a position of power. Now breathe and sense this story. Then I continue speaking to them and say, now go about your day as we stay close. As soon as any woman feels an off energy, something not quite right, call all of the females together and we will walk you through the process. The men's role? Someone asks. Perfect question. They are to go about their normal work, sending universal home energy to the female while surrounding them with love. The souls in male bodysuits are not to be involved at this point. Now, imagine the day unfolding, all is well, until one woman calls to the others and they call a gathering at a sacred circle. I sense something very different. The others calm themselves, close their eyes, and one by one they respond with, yes, I do too. I feel it. Then myself, the women from the future, and our spiritual sisters come into the circle, and we say to them, we will hold this space. You are correct in sensing. Now you use these words. This energy is not acceptable in our space or in our world. And I hear them repeat. This energy is not acceptable in our space or in our world. They close their eyes, and we see the PTO legions gathering in that imaginative world. And they move to encircle the village, spread out until they find from where the off energy is coming. And I say to the women, now watch. As the PTO surrounds that entire group, contains them, neutralizes, and then removes them by extracting them from the planet. They are returned to their own home and sealed there. The women quietly hold hands. They sense the off energy lift. When it is gone, I ask the PTO teams to open their inner vision to see what it was they had sensed. In the sacred stillness, the women see invaders very far away, marching toward their region. Far off, and yet their energies had wafted into the village space. And we from the future affirm to them, you were correct. Now remember this gift and teach your daughters. With authority returned and acted upon by the women, the 5-year-old continues to grow within a culture of love and valuing. Imagine yourself with her. You are in the village. Hear the children's laughter. The smiles of the adults are like magic dust permeating everything. Let your emotions build as the sense of safety, peace, joy fills you. That transformation creates a new energy stream. It enlivens the village. It enlivens you, and it enlivened my clients in their personal life. It is as if the trauma, murders, and the decision to stop breathing never happened. The past has informed the present, and the present has transformed the past. For anyone who does not know the original purpose of Earth and the purpose of male-female missions, the events in our world will appear extremely chaotic and hopeless. I know the mission of the two bodysuits within the context of a greater Earth mission than we have remembered. Therefore, I am looking through the unique lens of a mystic. And today, I stand amazed and hopeful and wondering as women gather in our world today. And I wonder, will women pull it off? Will they pull it off? And I invite you to follow the links to know more about galactic mission, female mission, male mission, and what it means today in the context of the news going on all around us. Thanks for being on this journey with me.